Great. Prashant, we are good to start. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. Am I audible? Yeah. Prashant, am I audible, right?
Yes, Abhinav.
Okay. Just checking. Hey, hi. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us for today's webinar. My name is Avinav Raj, and I am Assistant Sales Manager at JobsPicker. So, first of all, what is JobsPicker? JobsPicker is a labor market analytics and a data feed platform for the global market. So what we do is we aggregate job data from multiple sources like your job portals, company career website, and we process that data at our end using cutting edge machine learning and AI models. So today we will be talking about how you can power your workforce strategies using labor market insights. So just to give you a quick numbers, we crawl and cover somewhere around 85,000 unique sources on a daily basis, and we have accumulated around 500 million plus unique record across globes. So we already have a rich repository of data sitting with us. So we thought, okay, let's do something with this data, and we created this platform called JobsPicker Insights, where we run analytics on our existing historical data sets that we have and the data we are covering from portals and different career websites on a daily basis. So our speaker for today's session will be Prashant Gupta. He's our product manager for JobsPicker. During this session, he will talk about different use cases, scenarios where JobsPicker insights can be used. And in last, we will show you the platform, what are the different possibilities there with the JobsPicker insight. We'll talk about those in detail as well. So before we get started, if you have any question during the presentation, feel free to put it in the chat box itself. I will try to bring them up during the presentation, and we will also have a Q&A session at the end of the session. Great. I guess we are good to start. Over to you, Prashant.
Thank you, Abhinav. Thank you for that introduction, and hello, everyone. So today's agenda for this webinar would be to understand what are the importances of strategic workforce planning. And then we'll jump right into how labor market insights can be useful for these. And then we'll have a look at how JobsPicker insights specifically can help you achieve those results. And then we'll talk about a little more about the future plans of our product. So firstly, I would like to start with the strategic workforce planning. Why it is important for any organization? So it is important because strategic workforce planning can provide numerous benefits to your organization, including employee retention, talent identification, identifying skills, and supporting your budget. Workforce planning can also help better prepare an organization for the future and to better forecast challenges that may come across. So now let us look at what are the key areas where an organization really has to focus while working on workforce planning. So these areas could be related to hiring, where an organization has to look for what roles to be hired for a particular project, or what resources are to be retained. And then an organization can focus on the retention strategy, how they can retain their employees, how they can retain their resources, so that they can optimize their overall operational costs. Apart from that, they also have to focus on how while planning workforce strategies, they also have to focus on optimizing their workforce in the multi-location areas. So specifically for this, we can have an example of Amazon. So Amazon is having global footprint in all the countries, nearly all the countries, and it has a further footprint on state level. So they really have to like optimize all the workforces in all the locations. And so these are not the only areas an organization has to focus on these days. As we have seen during the recent pandemic, that workforce trends have completely changed. We have seen we are now seeing increase in number of resignations, as more and more employees are now thinking about their career choices. They are also thinking about what career to focus on. They are also thinking about different career paths. Now this has led to organizations this has led organizations to rethink that their own culture as part of workforce planning as well. So to overcome these challenges and answer all these workforce assessment questions, organizations need labor market insights to power their own workforce strategies. These labor market insights can help them evaluate their workforce capacity and better position to recruit and retain their people. Now, how can these insights help an organization to drive workforce strategies? So these insights can actually help them by uncovering the required skills for a resource requirement, or it can help the organization it can enable them to compare future skills needed for current workforce, or it can also help employees compare with the competitor organization that what they are offering as a skill, and then they can set their own hiring structures for cases where they require immediate replacement, or they would require uh, position filling in the near future. These insights can also help an organization identify what are the compositions being offered for a particular talent or for a particular role, given their own organization's directions and business strategies. Uh, Apart from this, bigger organizations or private equity firms or venture capital firm, they can also use these insights to target local opportunities for partnership and investments. But how can you access these insights? So this is where JobsPicker Insights comes into picture. We provide data visualizations based on the jobs data. As my colleague Abhinav has mentioned, we cover more than 80,000 job sources. So using the JobsPicker Insights, organizations can analyze and compare demand side of labor market insights by geography, industry, and company. But how do we actually do this, or how does JobsPicker Insights is able to provide all these insights? So JobsPicker, our JobsPicker data feed products has been in the market since 2019, and we have been collecting data from global sources like LinkedIn, Glassdoor, Indeed, etc., and many other job portals and job board and company career pages. So we have our own machine learning models in place, which helps us to extract all the job requirements that are mentioned in job description to a particular data points. So if we look at how what are the data points, then the very first job requirement is always the job title itself for any job advertisements. But most of the time, this job title is available in the form in various formats. So to simplify this and standardize, we use occupation classification based on ONET SOC. This is a US standard which we use. Then to understand the skills required for a particular job requirement or a job posted by a hiring company, we extract all the skills from job requirement and provide it as an array, or you can say whenever there is a job posted, all the skills which are required for that particular job, either soft skill or hard skill, they are combined, they are provided as a single array. Then to check the work experience required by for a particular role, we take experience level as a minimum and maximum range. Then we look at the seniority level from job requirement, that what are the seniority level the job requirement is asking for. This term is this data point is available in as entry, mid-level, or executive level seniority. Then we also extract the education background wherever possible in the particular job location. This we have recently added, and this is available in the form of as the data point is available as high school or bachelor's or master's or diploma or PhD. Then to further understand any particular job requirement, we require the compensation details. So to understand what are the compensations being offered, we extract salary data. So salary data is available in the range format. What is the basic range, and what is the upper limit, what is the low limit, and what is the upper limit. Then we have the currency and the time unit of this salary data field. So time unit is available in hourly, weekly, monthly, and yearly basis. Then all these are related, all these fields which I've talked about are related to the job role. But now what is the requirement, or what are the details regarding the hiring company? So to we also extract that details about the hiring company. So what are the industry which this position is from, what are the industry size for this particular hiring company, what is the business type, what is the department name where this position has been opened up. So now let us look at a demo scenario on JobsPicker Insights platform, where we'll try to understand what could be the scenario for finding a job insights. So let us say company X wants to understand the demand for data scientist role to outline their own hiring structure for their upcoming projects. Now their offices are located in Vermont and Rhode Island. So now let us go to the JobsPicker Insights platform. So as this is a geo-wise comparison, and the company wants to look in two different states where their branches are, and I have already selected the geo-wise comparison dashboard from our Insights platform. Locations are I have already filled, and the role I've selected is data scientist as per the requirement. Now this data which is provided here is from the last 6 months. Now if we look at the job counts that is available, so if a company would be looking at like how the jobs are distributed in these particular state, then we'll start from like what are the openings, and how as a organization we will compete with others in the market. So as we can see, there are fairly lesser jobs in these states in the last 6 months. And Rhode Island is having slightly higher availability or higher openings in the January 2020. Then these are the other visualization which we provide to understand more about the particular requirement, the industry distribution of a particular role. Let's say so we are looking at the data science job role. So in Vermont, Vermont and Rhode Island, both the majority of these openings are from insurance companies. That makes sense because it could be related to credit card or credit card assessment and loan assessments, which and what insurance fraud and these type of analysis. Then if we look at the key insights from the data which we have for the past 6 months. So if we look overall, there are more jobs in Rhode Island and lesser in Vermont. So it will be easier for our organization to have to look at. Now we'll have a look at the salary compensation data. So salary is fairly higher in Vermont as compared to Rhode Island. And if we now look at the in-demand skills for these particular roles, so in Vermont, they are particularly looking at, they both are looking for analytics, and Rhode Island, their top skill requirement is Python. And these are some of the top regions where these openings are from. Now moving forward, so these would be the top employers which are hiring in these locations. And now we can have a look at the salary distribution by seniority. So as you can see, we provide salary model in 3 different levels. entry, mid, and executive. And so there is a problem with the executive level, since all the jobs, majority of the jobs are not having this information regarding the executive level roles. So there could be chances that this is not a very strong point for us. But for entry level and mid level, as we can see, the starting range for Rhode Island is slightly lower as compared to Vermont. So it is easier for this company to, if their budget is low, or if they want to start with a lower budget, they can focus on Rhode Island first. But since there are more jobs in Rhode Island, it would be slightly a competitive landscape. And now if we look at the mid-level job, so here as well, the salary ranges are lower comparatively in the Rhode Island as compared to Vermont. Now this was it for the case scenario. Now we'll have a look at what are our future plans with the product. So at JobSpeaker, we are constantly improving our services, and our future plans also include further improvements, specifically in terms of data point, like employee details. So we are focusing on external factors, as employee details are not always available in the job description. So we are working on mapping the employee details completely and further standardizing these to improve this data point. Next, we are focusing on improving our industry data point. Then we are focusing on skills. So right now our models works in such a way that it provides all the skills, whatever available in the job description, but currently it does not classify it whether it is a soft skill or whether it is a hard skill. So we are further working on improving this classification. Next, we are focusing on putting the emerging trends based on skills, roles, or company on our dashboard. But this requires, since this requires a lot of pre-computation from our end to calculate all the emerging trends and then map it on a month-to-month basis. So this would be available on the platform, but it could take slight time. Then similarly, since this is a pre-computational task, this will also require more details. That is, we are also calculating the easiness of hiring by measuring the job activeness duration. So this similarly, similar to the above emerging trends, this will also require some more pre-computation from our side. That is, but we will surely have this as well in the future updates for the product. So apart from these, we are exploring two very big features, one of which is custom drill downs for our graph, and to allow, so these this is a exploratory stage. This is in an exploratory stage right now, but right now we are providing the static graphs from our end, and we only provide option to users if they have their customer requirement. So we develop those graphs and provide them, but we are exploring this opportunity where customers or users can drill down further details and bring out their own graphs on the platform, so that they do not have to process the whole data set. The next big piece which we are focusing on, another exploratory process, is what are the other factors which really affect the labor market, or what are the external data sources which can affect the labor market. So these could be areas related to economic conditions, change in technology, etc. But this is still in exploratory stage, but we are exploring how this can be achieved. Now this was it for the future updates. Now we can have a Q&A session. If you have any queries or doubts, please put in your queries in the Q&A box.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, Oliver.
Okay, thank you very much for this very insightful presentation here. So at this point, I don't have so many questions because this actually covered already most of the questions that I had following up from the presentation that you gave a couple of weeks ago, to which I I was able to see a recording. So no, so far so good. Actually, on my side, we are experimenting with this tool, and we are really looking forward to use it for our own purposes. So thanks a lot for this presentation.
Thanks, Oliver, for joining. So are you already using the tool, or do you want us to connect and give you?
So for now, we have somebody from within my team that is experimenting with it, and I will take over. So to be really honest here, I didn't get to deep dive directly into this, which might also explain why I don't have many questions for now. But for sure, I will. If I have any questions or any thoughts or any issues or feedback, I will definitely reach out to you.
Right. In any case, you can let us know, and you can always reach out to us in case you have any doubts, or if you even have any feedback, then also it is fine. You can reach out to us at any point of time.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Oliver. Hi, Miriam.
Hello, thank you very much for sharing this information. I don't have a questions. I just want to say thank you.
Thanks, Miriam.
Okay, Prashant, I guess we don't have any other questions. I will just end the session. Once again, thank you so much for joining this wonderful session. If you have any questions, reach out to us at sales@jobspicker.com. Thank you. Once again, thank you very much.
Thank you guys for that.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Bye.